Hey, my name is J.V. Kaufman, and I'll be bringing you through these sessions. I'm a retired architect. I've been licensed in several states. I've got several decades of experience under my belt. Like I said, I'm retired. I'm no longer licensed in any states, but I've been involved in everything from luxury residential to apartments to retail to medical to casinos and also major international airports. So without further ado, we're going to get started in this session entitled The Building Envelope. I'll put these sessions together because my experience is with investing. I've had an architectural company, a building company. I've developed property subdivisions. I've owned appraisal companies, and you name it, I've had my hands in it. So without again further ado, let's get started with this. We'll go directly to slide 2. Welcome to Doable Homes. I'm J.V. Kaufman, a retired architect who's worked on design and construction from single-family homes to casino and even airports. Each session may seem a little simple standing alone, but together they'll show you how to build safely, invest wisely, and protect long-term value. I'm developing a single-family home concept that could cut construction costs by as much as 50%. It's still on the drawing board, but it is exciting. Today's crash course covers something called the building envelope. It defines what, where, and how you can build. It's the key to protecting both value and appreciation. And quickly, appreciation, rents and value, without it, rents and value stagnate and profits vanish. Let's look at why every successful project starts by understanding the lot's building envelope, its physical limits that you can build on. What is it? Every property begins with a lot before you build, buy, or even dream too big. One thing determines what's possible: the building envelope. It's the invisible boundary that defines where a structure can legally sit on your lot or land. Why does this matter to investors? Because that envelope dictates whether an addition, garage, or new unit can be built at all. Misjudge it, and your design or your deal collapses before it starts. So before you sign or design, verify the limits of that envelope. It's the framework for profit or pain. An example. Early in my career, I contemplated buying a dated 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Houston, Texas. I saw potential if I could add a master suite, turning it into a mother-in-law plan. After analyzing its building envelope, I confirmed the space and available utilities were a fit, so I bought it. That verification turned a tired property into a solid investment, pulling out over $100,000 profit in that deal. Had the addition cost not fit within the building envelope, the city could have forced me to demolish it and assess daily fines until it was demolished. Lessons learned. Never build outside the envelope. And another warning is today's listings want you to warrant that all improvements built to code. In other words, these new real estate listings have in each segment something asking you to verify that the construction was built to code, which is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard of. You need to scratch that out. You can't know what a previous owner did, but protect yourself and verify it before you buy. If you'd like to go deeper, find more details in one of my 2 books, Before You Build, or Profits and Wealth from Real Estate. Both are sold on Amazon, soon to be offered for less at doablehomes.com, which is under the process. They walk you through what we discuss here: safe design, sound investments, and protecting appreciation. Defining the box. Think of the building envelope as an invisible box drawn on your lot, your property. Everything you build, whether it be a house, garage, pool, apartment, commercial, must fit inside that box. That box isn't shaped by creativity. It's shaped by rules and regulations, zoning codes, deed restrictions, HOAs, and local ordinances. Step outside it, and you're at risk of stop work orders, fines, or teardowns. Respecting that box is what separates a profitable project from a costly mistake. Pay attention. Setbacks. Here's what you're seeing on the slide. Every lot has property lines, your legal boundaries that define your land. You can build right to the edge. Cities, you can't build right to the edge. Cities require setbacks, spaces between structures and property lines. Side yards, front yards, rear yards all exist for good reasons: fire access, drainage, utilities, and privacy. Those open spaces protect you and your neighbors and quietly support property value. When setbacks shrink or vanish, comfort and safety disappear. Next, we'll look at what happens when builders ignore them. What not to do. Here's a classic don't. When homes are jammed too close together, builders must use costly fire-rated materials, ventilation suffers, and resale value drops. It might look efficient, but tight spacing traps heat, noise, and risk. Let's see how quickly that can go wrong. Fire risk. One spark and you get this. Homes too close, that fire leaps from wall to wall. That's why those few feet of side yard exist. They save lives and protect value. Let's see another everyday problem tight spacing creates. Privacy loss. When houses are too close, windows line up like mirrors. You lose privacy, light, and comfort. All factors buyers notice. Good design honors separation. Poor design erases it. Regulations prevent those mistakes. Common sense layout. As you can see here, even apartments will be arranged smarter than that last example. Density can work, but only when spacing, access, and materials meet code. That's the value of a well-drawn building envelope. It keeps projects safe and marketable. Let's cover the other setbacks that complete the picture. Front and rear yards. We've talked about side yards. Front setbacks keep neighborhoods uniform and streets accessible to emergency vehicles. Rear yard setbacks protect drainage easements, areas where stormwater, gas, and power lines may exist. You may own the ground, but utilities often have the right to dig up their easements. Build a pool or a patio there, and you're building on borrowed time. Utilities can remove your structures or improvements without compensation. So always check your survey for easements before building or buying. Analyze whether your dream layout actually fits. Another image, townhomes burning side by side. It's the real world price of ignoring setbacks and codes. See how a proper envelope defines safety instead of risk. Zoning and restrictions. The green area shows your entire lot. The orange area shows the buildable footprint. That smaller shape is the foundation of the building envelope, carved out by zoning, setbacks, HOAs, etc. A 60-foot wide lot with 10-foot side yard setbacks leaves only 40 feet of buildable width. Zoning decides what you can build, single family, multifamily, commercial, or whatever, and how large it can be. Deed restrictions and HOAs add style, limits, materials, color, even minimal square footage. Easements and rights of ways cut out still more buildable area. Together, these define your true buildable area and protect community consistency and value. The invisible box. So that invisible box is three-dimensional. A container shaped by property lines, setbacks, zoning, deed restrictions, easements, HOAs, among others. Everything you design must fit within it. Ignore it and your dream turns into a code nightmare, an expensive redesign. Lesson learned, never assume. Check your survey, zoning maps, and local ordinances and regulations before you build or design. A little homework can save you months of frustration and thousands of lost dollars. This is Doable Homes, a crash session about the building envelope. Let's close with two last important and practical thoughts or tips. Before you purchase any lot, read two documents. Carefully, especially your property survey and your title commitment. Those two documents are very important. They reveal easements, encroachments, and deed restrictions that may limit what you can build. Make sure your purchase contract allows you to cancel it if the seller can't correct serious issues. Remember, protecting your investment begins before you pour your slab. Find us at Doable Homes on YouTube or at doablehomes.com in the process. I'm J.V. Kaufman. Stay safe, keep investing, and build improvement smart. It pays off.